Welcome,
Right,
everybody.
I was just joking. We're not gonna discuss your beard because we
Yes, we
already
are.
discussed it. There's
No, we're
nothing to
gonna.
discuss.
There's lots of things to discuss, like how fast it
It's
grows,
growing.
how many white hairs do I
Yeah,
have? How curly is it? How do I
right.
maintain it? The answer is I don't
Can
maintain
it
it.
gr- can it grant a wish if you pull a hair?
Can you? If you rub it 3 times, yeah, right.
So you have to go like, and then right.
Exactly. So,
Okay, okay.
yeah, yeah.
So it's a
So,
magical beard.
uh, what is the topic for the day? What is it
I have
that we
no
are
idea.
discussing?
Well, we can discuss these flowers in my background, or we can discuss your beard, or we can discuss the problems of the world. Whatever.
The world does have many problems indeed.
The
Um,
world has many problems, like floods, stupid people.
Maybe we can talk about something else, right? So,
Yeah, the good
con
things of
cons
this world, like
con
non-problems of this world.
like like consistency, right? Um, because
Consistency matters.
I've noticed, in spite of how you come across, right? You're a rather consistent person, right? Uh,
I am very
surprisingly so.
consistent.
Surprisingly so, right? At least more than me. So how do you do it? How do you maintain
The
this
motherfucker's
consist?
consistent. What you gonna do?
Like, no, but like because you you come across as someone who doesn't mind
It's a
things.
disguise.
You like flexibility, but never, despite that flexibility, and although you're not 100% consistent, I would say you're very close to 99%, right? So what,
Wow,
or 95%, maybe let's be a bit conservative, 95%. Yeah. Oh, okay.
that's a whole
90,
bunch of consistency.
that's a whole bunch. So, like, is that something like you're using your willpower for, or you just decide on something and you just do it? Because the day
Uh,
sometimes takes you in different directions, doesn't it? Or is your life more structured than that?
yeah. You just, I don't know. I really think that it is a philosophical question, either to fight things or to embrace things, and sometimes you have to do both. So, in order to be successful, which I'm not, you have to either fight things or embrace things. Therefore, sometimes you have to be consistent while, whereas at the same time, if you're inconsistent, you just have to embrace it and, don't punish yourself too hard. Uh, right.
Right.
What's
Okay.
that? Okay? Because I
Hmm.
can hear some echoes. Like,
Oh, you can hear
yeah, I
echoes.
could hear
Oh.
an
Mm.
echoes. Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's
Okay.
fine. It's not the case anymore. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Fair
Right.
enough.
Uh,
So.
uh, many
Mhm.
a time you have to you can and you have to indulge yourself, and like kick off your shoes
Kick off your
and
shoes,
stuff like
exactly.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's something I've noticed. I mean, usually because we can never be 100% or even 99% or 95% on target, it's better to accept 80% and just make progress with that, right? And don't beat
Exactly.
yourself up over the
Exactly.
20%, right? Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So that's your sort of
Therefore,
approach. Yeah, you just try
yeah, my
to.
approach. Yeah. Yeah, again, so I have this I have a couple of things in mind, sort of kind of plans. What's that sound like? Like,
Uh,
anyway, maybe
It could be,
it's
it
on
could,
my
it could
side.
be,
I don't
no,
know.
it could be my side. Let me just, oh, I, Oh, that was
Are you
my.
there?
Oh, I disconnected my Wi-Fi. That was I moved
Your
my
wife?
laptop and no, you
Oh,
just fixed it. So that doesn't do anything. All right.
right.
Yeah. So
Anyway,
do you still hear the echo, or should I maybe
no,
go?
I think, well, the echo was pretty occasional. It was like, it wasn't consistent. You know, that's why I was like missing it every time, and then it would
Well,
come in again. Yeah.
I switched off my fan for now just to, and
Okay, maybe it could have been your fan because it could have been your fan plus the noise cancellation because it's yeah, probably
mm,
canceled it not too nicely because this blurry background thing. It's very
right.
funny. 'Cause I was in the meeting yesterday and I was on the blurry background, like big black background behind me was blurry, and when my son came in the background, he was blurred. But then my father, because my father is now he stays with us for 2 weeks, so he came in the background and he wasn't blurred, and he was like half naked, and it was like, oh shit, yeah, yeah. So because I didn't worry about it because when my son came in the background, he was totally blurred. So there's no consistency.
It's kind of funny. So okay. So what we can conclude from that is your son is a background character and your father's the main character, right?
No, perhaps you have to be half naked in order to, become a front
Yeah,
front front
yeah,
character.
right. To be a
Well,
comic book. Mm, mm.
anyway, so what was that we talked about? Consistency, right? Are you
Yeah.
familiar with consistency?
Well, yeah, me and consistency, we get along usually, but we sometimes don't see each other for a while, you know? Yeah. Mm,
Right,
mm.
I see what you mean. But you have to be consistent because of your job,
Right. Oh,
because you
so
have to follow the schedule and
when it
everything.
comes to my italki and my job, right? I am remarkably consistent. So if we talk about the lessons that I've missed, either like because I overslept or something like that,
Mm,
like I actually missed it, I would
right.
say that was only like a handful. And then the number of lessons I've had to rearrange because, I've had occasions to go to other obligations that were more important. Again, maybe 20 or odd or 30 odd lessons. And I've done over 8,000 lessons. So just to give that perspective, so from
Right.
8,000,
So you
I've on,
are 99% consistent.
yeah, when it comes to my talk, yeah, like almost 100% consistent. Almost, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, right. Cool. That means you
yeah.
are consistent.
Well, it's because it's my livelihood. It's because it's if I
Yeah,
don't show
it's
up, I
the
don't make the
bread that
money.
that you win every day.
The bread that I win every
The loaf
day.
of bread. Yeah.
Yes, yes, and I need to bring in the butter.
And
You know,
how
mm.
how how would you call this butter, the spread of butter, like that? Like, right?
Yeah, the
A
butter
loaf of
knife
bread
or
no, no, no,
or
a spread of butter. Like when you spread the butter, would you call it a spread of butter?
sure, why not? Yeah, yeah.
Like a loaf of bread and a spread of butter that you win every day for your family is
That is
priceless.
that is that
Although
is
it
what
is
I
very
do.
much
Yeah, yeah,
otherwise, it's very much
yeah.
on the contrary. It's priced. It's not
Right.
priceless.
So, I mean that.
It's priced in Filipino pesos.
So for me, that's not a problem, right? The only issue I might have is appearing exactly on time at the very beginning of the lesson, but I always give myself a leeway of like 2 minutes, right? I give
Right.
myself and my students a leeway of like 2 minutes, and beyond that, it's a bit too much, right? Yeah. So, but
I understand.
um,
Yeah.
mm, yeah.
Right.
So, well, you're right, but in terms of
I think
like
you probably,
stick
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
in terms of
You were
in
first.
ter in terms of sticking with the project, right? Because I known you long enough to know that started and stopped multiple projects, right? Um, I'm talking about
Right.
personal stuff like music and YouTube and
Yeah.
some other stuff, right? You know,
But I have a good reason for stopping the musical project because I don't think I'm talented enough, and I don't have time. And again, and I'm not talented enough, in a way that I can, come up with a lot of good stuff in a short period of time. So I need a lot of time to produce good stuff, and I don't have time. So it means that I'm not talented enough. But basically, I'm not talented enough because I know it. Um,
right, right. So I understand what you're saying because it's what you produce is either not worthwhile or it takes a long time to produce something
yeah,
worthwhile
uh,
because you're not talented,
exactly.
right? Right. And
Exactly.
so,
That's what I mean.
right.
So this
Yeah.
ratio, talent, or I don't know, like time, talent, so it doesn't come together basically. It just,
Right. Right. Right.
yeah. And
That's the
yeah,
thing.
if I were more talented, I would need less time. Therefore, I could still be producing. But again,
This
it
is
isn't
an
it isn't
this
the case for me.
yeah, this is an interesting point because like for me, and this is not to brag, but this is just to state what I know about myself, is I
You're
seem to
very
be
talented.
talented. No, no, I'm talented at painting and drawing, right? And
Right.
right, yeah, as you can see from but anyways, the
Well,
but
it's the
base.
same picture for the past like 20 years or something. No, no, okay, not 20 years. But I can imagine a situation where I'll be able to say this, like, well, I'll be able to say 20 years.
I mean, yeah, eventually. I mean, I painted this in 2020, so you have to wait until
Yeah.
2040 to say that. Yeah,
Okay, so well, I can safely say it's been 5 years when I see the same, you know, this
yeah,
this clip of the picture.
yeah, yeah, exactly. The same clouds over the same landscape over the
Yeah.
same. Uh, the point is, I know that I'm talented, and not only am I talented, but I actually
Mm.
enjoy the process of painting and drawing. I enjoy the process of learning and improving. But I can never find that I can never justify it myself, like justify spending the time on it because I'm not making any money. But the same is true for learning languages. But with learning languages, there is an immediate effect, right? Which is when you learn something, you start to understand it. Whereas with painting, okay, yes, you can see this painting, but a lot of the stuff that I've done, only I've seen it, right? No one else really has seen it. Yeah, and yes, you can share it on social media, but that's not the same. It's just it's not a continuous
Mm.
like people looking at it and admiring it or sharing it. It's just you do it,
Yeah.
and so I don't know what I get out of that, and that's why I don't spend any time. Yeah.
Uh,
Mm,
I
mm.
think I know how to at least make money with things. You can paint political stuff and you can like sell prints and everything because that is definitely gonna work because I know a Russian guy who does it. I don't know how much money he makes, but he has a relatively small YouTube, which is not bad. I mean, the content of the YouTube is pretty interesting. I watch it once in a while, and but his main occupation is he's a painter, and he paints pretty nice pictures, and he paints almost like one picture every day. Well, I believe it's impossible, but maybe it's like
No, no,
a
no, it's
couple of
possible.
pictures
No,
per week.
it's no, no, no. It's possible to
Yeah,
do it a
okay.
day. I did this in 6 hours, just for your information. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's possible. I mean, if
So
people want to see,
it's
I painted that in six
yeah,
hours. So,
it's pretty
yeah.
cool, and it reminds me of a place in a small former USSR country that
Oh,
it
really?
vaguely reminds me of that place. Yeah,
Okay.
I think I told you before. Yeah, it's
Okay.
again, it's not like exact the place, but
Yeah.
it's a vague reminder. So yeah,
Hmm.
especially this clip here, without showing the full picture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. But like I did this in 6 hours, like no preparation, just got my stuff, did it in 6 hours, banged it out, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah.
totally doable too. But
Yeah.
again, the more you do it, probably the more kind of
Exactly.
sort of
Right.
brain constipated you get, and it's therefore you have to take a break from it. But
Oh, I
again,
see what you're saying, right? But this guy, what does he do exactly when you say political painting? So does he do like caricatures of like Putin
yeah,
or something?
kind of
Or
caricatures of Putin, of his cronies, and of well, and he also sort of reiterates the same theme within his YouTube. So basically, he will, yeah. So he will produce a YouTube video once in a while where he will just advertise his pictures. He would read the news and comment the news and comment on the news and yeah, basically do stuff like that. And I believe that, well, he has a following, that's for sure, because that's what you can see. And I don't know how much money he makes, but he sells prints, he sells different kind of stuff. Um, he takes donations. So yeah, I think I think
he's
he
making
can make a
something.
living.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you believe
he's
he's making a
definitely
living,
making something. I
right?
believe he's making a living. I don't know how much of a living,
Right,
but
because
again,
obviously he's a Russian in Russia or a Russian outside of
no.
Russia. Because I think
This
the
is how I can see complete ignorance. He cannot be a Russian in Russia because he would be behind bars in no
right,
time. So I
right,
think he's in
right.
Poland or he's in a European country, basically. Yeah,
Right. So in the comfort
somewhere
of
in
his
Europe.
European room or
Yeah,
living room, he can make these caricatures. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
in the comfort of the home provided to him by his European masters, his paymasters.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. He would be considered a traitor or a spy in Russia, right? Even though he's not, he's just a
of course.
painter who has his strong political opinions, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but well, but he makes a lot of very offensive paintings, and
Right.
yeah,
Right.
but he's
Uh,
quite cool. Yeah, I can give you a link maybe to his account, and you
yeah.
can check
Yeah.
out the
Yeah.
paintings. Yeah,
I would
paintings
love
are
to.
cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And does he use, do you know what medium he uses, if it's oil or acrylic? So you have any idea about that?
I have no idea, but I think it's something like you can see like on your picture.
Oh, it's a
I
kind of
don't know what you
similar kind.
use,
I use acrylics, which is a
but
plastic-based paint. Yeah. So it's a water-soluble plastic paint, right?
does it make any difference?
Yeah. So with acrylics, the reason I use acrylics is because it doesn't fade over time. The color doesn't fade over time. Whereas with oil,
Oh,
the colors fade over time. Yeah. And
so you
as
have
far
to renew the
Mhm.
color.
With oil, I don't know, but it's just you with oil, you need to preserve the thing. You would need to put a kind of plastic film or plastic laminate
All
over the
right,
oil thing
I got
if
it.
if you really want to
So
go that far. But with acrylics, it can kind of maintain itself, maintain its
how
color. Yeah.
so speaking about the old pictures, like Renaissance and everything, so they have to restore them, they have to renew the color, or they
Not really. I had a Ukrainian student who went to France and she went to the Louvre and she saw some paintings and she was a bit shocked because the colors in the paintings were different from what we see on the internet. So on the internet, if you look up those same paintings, it's blue, but then in real life, apparently it's like a faded green, right? For example,
oh,
or the colors are more faded and muted compared to what you see on the internet. So the reality is, yeah, there's very little you can do really. The colors will fade, especially if it's oil on canvas, right? Yeah, or oil on. In
okay.
that case, I think it was
And
oil. It was on wood as
literally
well. I think,
there's nothing you can do, right? Even if
as
you put
far
the
as I'm
film,
aware.
uh,
Well, I mean,
if you
probably
cover
because
it.
what I mean, I'm not so knowledgeable about to answer that question, to be honest, but I do know that you need to maintain a certain level of light, a certain level of humidity and temperature to kind of preserve it. But basically, you're working against time, right? So yeah,
Right.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you're
Mm.
gonna lose in the end.
In the
Right.
end, yeah, that means actually thinking about it now, there will be a time in the future when we can't even see the Mona Lisa anymore. Like it's not going to last 1,000 years. It's not,
It will just
right?
fade away.
It will just fade
Oh my
away,
God.
basically. Yeah. So there will come a time when that will happen. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Mm,
It's terrible.
mm. Yeah. But it's interesting how those
They should
paintings in the
repaint them
caves, how did the
with
paintings in the
acrylics.
caves? No, it's interesting how the paintings in the caves have been preserved, right? Yeah.
They
Mm.
were painted with blood.
Well, no, because they were painted with like natural dyes that are found, and charcoal and stuff like that. So yeah. Mm,
Mm.
mm. So I'm not
Charcoal.
quite
I don't think it charcoal will even last for a year.
no. I don't know. But the point is, maybe I'm talking out of
They
my
just
ass
made
here.
it up. They just made it up, to make history more like
More
smooth.
interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
right. Because we have
So,
like this nothingness in the
so,
like
so,
a couple of
it,
thousand years ago. There is nothing, so they made it up. Like, okay, there is
so
a
I'm gonna
caveman.
call you. You know how you have anti-vaxxers and flat earthers. So you're a no caver. That means you don't believe in the caveman
In the
story,
caveman.
right?
I don't
Yeah,
believe in the caveman.
you're a no caver. I'm coining this term
No
now. Yeah,
caver. Yeah.
mm, yeah, yeah. Uh,
I I'm anti prehistoric.
anti Neanderthals, anti no. So yeah, yeah. Uh, can you hear
Anyway,
anything
so
in the
we were
background? Can you hear anything in the background? No.
no,
No. Good. 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 Good.
something's going on in the background. What's going
My
on
my
there?
son my son is crying. Yeah. He
Okay.
got his shot. My newborn son is crying. He
Ah,
got his shot, and he's
he
in
didn't like
pain.
it.
Yeah, he didn't like it.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
all right. So
But yeah.
consistency. So what can you say about consistency? You're a very consistent person. By
I
the way,
would
how's your Japanese coming along?
slowly and
Is
painfully.
it
Yeah.
consistent?
No. That's what I'm talking to you
Consistently,
about
slowly,
this.
consistently, painfully.
Yeah. It's a weird thing. When I look back, right? I know that I know more today than I do in the past. I'm getting situations now when I'm watching anime, for example, and I'm seeing a Chinese, kanji character, and I'm like, I can read that. Like I can read that by itself. I didn't even need the translation to tell me that, right? Or like if I know the title in English and I see the title in Japanese, I can kind of see which ones are which words and so on. So like I know I'm starting to piece it together. The jigsaw puzzle is starting to get filled in, kind of thing. So that's
Mhm.
cool, right? But it's a slow process, and sometimes what happens is I get very frustrated, and then I spend hours and hours and hours in it to kind of overcome a certain hump or hurdle. And then I get exhausted, and then I kind of give it up for a few weeks or months, and then I go back to it. And through this kind of process, I've actually made some progress, right? But I can't maintain that level of like dogged persistence, right? Yeah. Mm. But anyway, yeah.
Right.
Mm.
Okay, I see you are struggling.
Mm.
You're struggling
Mm.
with it. Right. You should be struggling. It's not as easy as it seems. Like because people say Japanese is easy. It's not easy.
I know, right? It's what people
It's
fail to
different
mention.
clockwork behind it, and it's
Right,
yeah.
right, right. It's to even use a better analogy than that, or to use the analogy but make it better. It's as if, we're used to reading sort of analog, not analog, analog sort of hands and stuff like that. And now we have to read a clock in Morse code, right? Just to kind of, obviously that doesn't exist, but I'm just kind of, imagine you had to read a clock in Morse code. Just imagine
Hmm.
how unfamiliar that is, right? That is what
Oh yeah.
Japanese is like for an English speaker, right?
So you're
So
focusing mostly on reading, right?
yeah, I feel like, and I think I'm right. I feel like it is a one of the biggest keys to unlock the language for me. Yeah, if I can read,
Perhaps.
the language will get unlocked automatically, right? And I'm not particularly interested in speaking because I have nothing to say to people, right? I know people say,
Oh yeah.
well, to speak, you should speak, you should speak, you should speak. I speak for a living on italki, but uh, in my own time, I don't have anything to say, right? That's why I don't say
Right.
anything, you know? So, yeah.
Right.
Mm.
But you, ne nevertheless, you're learning to read in Japanese,
Yeah, because you can
which
consume
means you want
information.
to
Yeah,
consume,
yeah,
but you don't want to
right.
share.
Share. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't have anything to share, really, honestly, right?
Right.
You know.
Because you've not consumed enough, so you're still consuming.
Well, it's not even
It's like
like
this process of first you consume, then you share.
I wonder. I wonder, like, to be honest, I'm thinking about this now, actually. Like, I love talking about anime in English with my students, the people who happen to be anime fans. For me, whenever I
Mm.
find a student who is an anime fan, is a wonderful thing because we can just nerd out about it. And I'm just thinking now that we're talking about this, I'm thinking I think nerding out about anime in Japanese sounds also very interesting, right? You know? Yeah. Mm,
Yeah,
mm, mm.
I see where you're driving at. You
Right.
want to be a nerd in the end.
I mean, yeah, I am a nerd. Like, despite how
Okay,
handsome and rugged I look,
you want to,
I'm an.
but you want to make it publicly known, like sort of some kind of coming out on a huge scale. Like
What do you mean? Like, you mean on YouTube or like?
I don't mean anything, man. I'm just just trying
Okay,
to to put a
okay,
few to put in a few sentences.
I see. I mean,
Right.
no, I'm thinking about it now. I think that idea seems appealing to me. Like being able to talk about anime in Japanese, that seems appealing to me. Yeah.
So
Mm.
you're not interested in finding a job with the Japanese language?
I mean, that would be cool, but um,
Okay, of course, like obviously your command of Japanese is not enough
right.
to
To
find you a
even
job, but
right,
uh
right, right. But
like
it would take another five
hypothetically in the
years,
future.
right? Hypothetically, in the future, the question is, what kind of job? Because at one point, and I did find the idea of being like a translator appealing because, firstly, when you're doing translating, even if the translation jobs are boring, you are engaged with the
Mm.
language, and anytime you engage with the language, it would be like it's like your work kind of becomes a hobby. But I know that's a bit of a pipe dream, but still.
Yeah, well,
And then,
I can give you an idea of a job.
yeah,
Like, for
yeah,
example, how about something with, with cars, with Japanese cars, because Japanese cars are in huge demand all over the world. So people basically go to Japan, buy used cars, and sell them elsewhere.
right.
So I believe there are companies who do that, and they definitely would hire somebody with knowledge of Japanese because they need somebody who can speak Japanese with Japanese people.
I
So
mean,
that's just one idea, and that's just one
eh,
idea because this is something I know here. Like here, buy Japanese cars a lot. They order directly from Japan, and I believe that they need somebody who speaks Japanese.
so why
And I
wouldn't
believe that
they?
companies would hire somebody with
Right.
knowledge of both Japanese and English because
So so
that's
so so
something they
why
need.
why wouldn't they just hire a Japanese native who is aware of English?
No, 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 no. But it's because there has to be a bridge because one side of this story they speak English most of the time, and the other side they predominantly speak Japanese, and therefore they need somebody to bridge the gap.
So couldn't they
So
bridge a
they have
gap with a Japanese native who can speak English to a high level, right?
yeah, well, but again, they could bridge a gap with the Japanese native, or they could bridge a gap with somebody
The
who's
English native who can
English
speak
native.
Japanese. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. I think probably the gap can be. big enough that they need two people, like one for on the Japanese side with some knowledge of English and the other on the English side, because business day, because you need to you can be lied to, you can be cheated, so that you have to reassure some things, confirm, check.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah. When it comes to
Therefore,
face-to-face meetings, I think interpreters are still very much in demand, right? Yeah, yeah.
but I think
Um,
ChatGPT will steal your job in the end.
I mean, as far as translation goes, because what basically I've heard this that companies now people who would have to write their emails in English now what they're doing is they're just writing their emails in their own language, right? And then the people on the other side will just get their thing and translate it, and then they will write their own responses in their own languages, and the people on the other side will get that, and so everyone's
Yeah,
using their
yeah,
own languages and then using software to translate. That seems to be what's going on in business nowadays, right? At the business professional level kind
could
of
be
thing.
that.
Yeah,
But again, at the same
mm,
time, there will always be a demand for bilingual people, just because
sure.
there will still be gaps. That and I
Yeah,
don't believe that this technology will advance so fast that you will just wear these headphones and start speaking freely with every person
yeah,
in every language. I don't believe
right.
that is
Yeah, not the
soon to
one.
happen.
But
Yeah,
what I would rather is have another hard skill that also is useful to have the language because language by itself doesn't really earn you money unless it's English, right? English is different, but with other languages you need another hard skill to make something out of it. Um, yeah.
yeah,
Well, all right, man. I gotta go, and
like
I
hard skill,
will.
like welding.
Well, then, no, but like I mean, like so anything else. It could be programming
Welding is
or
hard.
flooring.
It sounds
Yeah,
sounds really
well,
hard for me.
yeah, because you have to weld hard pieces of metal together. So I
Right,
will see you next time,
right.
Alex. So I need to
Yes, you
head off.
will.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
So.
you will.